Hello folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19, and today we begin the second Home Nations event of the season. We go to the last 16 of the Northern Ireland Open, and in today's video we have a best of 7 frames encounter against Yan Bingtao for a place in the last 8. Now this event is even more important now. We did have a bit of a shock last episode. We played in the last 16 of the International Championships against David Gilbert, and for every event this year that we've took part in, we've got at least to the quarter-final. Well, that spell was broken, unfortunately, by Dave Gilbert in the last match. He beat us in a decider by 3 frames to 2, but hopefully we can get around that disappointment fairly quickly here, because if we win the 4 Home Nations events, then we get an £1 million bonus, and that would be incredible. Obviously, we won the English Open a few events ago with that final against John Higgins. A brilliant comeback from 7-3 down to win that final 9-7. But we've got a match against Yan Bingtao today in the last 16. It's a best of 7. And Yan Bingtao is actually a player that we've never ever beaten. We had a lot of appearances against Yan early on in the career mode. It took us 2.5 seasons to face him again. You can see on the matchup history again all of these are best of 5 encounters, but nevertheless we've never beaten Yan Bingtao, so can we finally break that duck on the 5th time of asking? Shall we get into it? Let's do that. So it's a best of 7. We're going to cover all the frames in today's episode to see if we can get into the last 8. Now, obviously we got through the first 3 rounds with relative ease. We played Simon Lichtenberg in the first round, won that one 3-0. In the last 64, we played against Wang Sijun. Again, we won that one by 3 frames to 0. And then we had a tough matchup, actually, in the last 32 against Tom Ford, which, again, was another best of 5. He got a frame back. It was 1-0 to ourselves. He brought it back to 1 each. But, or did he? I don't think he did, actually. I know he had a chance. I think it might have been 3-0 in the end. I thought he was going to bring it back to 1 each, but he didn't take the chance. So, it, again, was another clean sweep against those opponents. But Yan Bingtao he's a very good player, obviously. Certainly in real life we've seen his ability with the victory he had in the Masters this year, but in game it's not quite happened for him. Ranked at number 22, and he'll be hoping to beat us today to get into the last 8, and given the game's the game's code, I suppose, the way the game works, for somebody ranked 22 to get into the last 8 would be quite a surprise. Obviously not so in real life, but in this game, it's usually the top guys that get into the later round of events. Got a half chance here. I am very tempted to go for it.
Looking to play this with a lot of power.
If we do pot this, we need to help with position. I don't know what's happened there, though. I don't know what's happened there. Maybe that red didn't go. Maybe that red didn't go. I think, honestly, the best thing that could have happened there did happen, because he didn't pot the red, but equally the cue ball's gone in off. And that is what can only be described as a massive let-off, really. You know, okay, we've left a red on, but that could have been a hell of a lot worse. Really could have been. That red obviously didn't go, and it would have paid to check that one out.
8, 9.
So it's Yan Bingtao in here first. Whether he can get to a pot, we'll have to see now that he's interrupted by the red, but now he can see the pink.
15. 16.
He's aiming for the left corner here.
Good pot on the yellow.
Goes.
He seems full of confidence at the moment.
18.
Just seemed like a chance I fancied taking on that red. It looked pretty good to me, and in hindsight, again, I should have looked and made sure it did pot.
Wonderful shot.
Been caught out like that before.
22.
You have a bit of a rush of blood to the head, though, especially early on. It doesn't help we've got this duck against Yan, where we've never beaten him. I don't think there are many players on Snooker 19 now we can say that for. I think we've pretty much beaten everyone that we've played against.
Well, he's taking the red on.
I wonder if we're going to beat Ding.
There. Well played.
That's a question to
31.
ponder. Because we've not got a good record against Ding Junhui, I know that much. I feel like we've... No, I think we beat him in the Shanghai Masters when we went and won it. Yeah, in fact, I think we did.
45.
Certainly not a bogey player though, Jan. Very good player. I think he's up to 10th in the real life rankings now. I think he'll only keep going up the way he's playing.
46.
He's got a real calm and collected way about him.
53.
Doesn't get panicked. Doesn't really let his emotions out, which isn't great,
54.
particularly to watch for the viewer. But you know, snooker, yes, is an entertainment form, but equally it's can be a big money spinner if you're good at
59.
it. So it is a good trait to have, to be able to can those emotions sometimes. While I'm talking, you know, Jan's shown he's not a daft player. We've given him a chance, and it looks like he's going to take it and win this frame in one visit. And he needs the black to do it.
Just the black required here.
And it's there, so it looks like we're going to go 1-0 down here to Jan
That
Bingtao.
should be it. No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
67.
And it seems to be a bit of a common theme recently that we're not starting matches very well.
71.
But put it this way, it was no fluke to go and beat John Higgins.
77.
We've won 2 ranking events this year. I think that's equal to what we've done in the season. I think this is quite a favourable draw to us, even though Jan Bingtao, yes, is a very good player. There are some events earlier on in the year where we've played the likes of Higgins, Trump, etc. in the last 16, and I'd argue that however good Jan Bingtao is as a player,
84.
a draw against Higgins, Trump, etc. isn't particularly nice in the last 16.
89. 90.
Tell you what would put salt in the wounds though if Jan went and made a century in this opening frame.
97.
Goodness me. He's got the yellow. He's got good position on the green. I don't think he can miss this. This is going to be a full clearance.
102. 106. 111.
I'll make sure I remember not to give him another chance. Oh, that's a shame. Couldn't quite make the clearance there. I'm not going to patronise him by potting the 2 balls at the table. Very good break from Jan Bingtao. Can't argue with that one.
Play.
And we lose the first frame.
He's taking the lead here.
I agree. You really get the sense that this next frame is pretty.
He's taken the
critical to
lead here.
outcome of
I
the
agree. I mean, scoreline doesn't lie, does it? Good break-off shot there. Might have given ourselves... Oh, we haven't. That's a bit unlucky. Thought we'd given ourselves an opportunity then, but not quite. Trying to get this up behind the bulk colour. Down at the brown. That's blown it. Jan's got another chance here.
That's not ended
And if
well.
he takes it
Shot,
anything like he
not
took the
what he was
first
hoping
chance, this
for.
could be 2-0.
So, this pot's into the right corner.
Good shot. Good shot.
1.
Can you see the black? You'd think so. Yeah.
Played it well.
8.
Nothing to panic about just yet. I think if this was a best of 5 and he won the first 10, obviously we're starting to panic a bit. But it is a common trait that we seem to struggle to
16.
get into games early on. But clearly it didn't serve us too badly in the English Open. But then equally you can have peaks and troughs throughout the year, and equally you can just have a slice of luck in some matches that you don't get in others. The run of the ball.
24.
Well, that's the 147 off. That's a shame.
30.
Ooh, I think that's end of break as well. Didn't want to play it like that.
Jan Bingtao, 30.
Good stuff from Jan. Very impressive. Just want to hit this nice and thin and come back up to the bulk. Could do with him behind the brown here. It's just a bit hard, I think, to do that. Ooh, unfortunate. Very unfortunate there. It was a good line, just a bit too much pace. If we'd applied that a bit softer, we'd have had a really good line. Is he going to try this half chance?
He's going for it.
He is. I don't think he'll miss it playing it at that pace, will he?
No.
But he does. That's
not this
horrible
time.
look. That is horrible look for Yan Bingtao. There's not much more you can do with that, apart from the ball rolling into the pocket.
Good
And I've
chance to
said
get
this
a
in the
foot
past.
door
It's
here.
sometimes better to miss by an absolute mile than just a slight
One.
miss. But let's be fair, you know, all professional snooker players, it's very rare that, with a shot like that at least, that they'll miss by a mile. That's
8.
the finite margins. I should say just fine margins, not finite margins. The fine margins of snooker, that. Gonna have to play the split here because we can't really get the angle on the black, so I want to get some reds out in the open, and that'll do. The cue ball in an absolutely cracking position. Couldn't really ask for much more than that. For position on the blue ball to then line up for the next red.
He's looking to pop
As I
this
say, you
into
can't
the
argue
left
with
corner
that.
Pocket. Great shot.
14.
Try and pot some balls, get our cue arm going. It's a bit too soft.
15.
Angle's a bit awkward now. So I think I might plump for the blue, but then equally the angle's not great for position there, so might just have to play all round the table almost, or rather all round the cushions, and this is going to come a bit too far, I would say. It's not bad actually. This is
22.
probably a half chance that's worth a punt. Miss this and we do give Jan a chance, but I fancy this. And as you can see,
That's a
right in the
really
middle of the
good
pocket,
slip.
and
This
it was
is
quite
a
a
real opportunity.
risky shot, but equally gives us
23.
quite a reward with position on the black. A bit more freedom of position on the reds, so that's not bad. Not going to complain at that. We've got
Nicely
something to
done.
build to work with now and build on. Certainly got the foundations.
He's lining this one up to the middle pocket.
Just need to take this chance, and at one each, then we're feeling pretty comfortable. We're back in the match, and hopefully we can
31.
start to get some momentum going. Sometimes not that easy though. We have to play a good shot here. Having to play this with side to get better position on the next red. But it's not going to be an easy pot, this. We've not set
That's
ourselves
ended
up
more
brilliantly.
awkward than he would have wanted.
36.
But actually, that's... I didn't think we could get through for this, you see. I didn't think we got
So,
the angle for
this
that.
pot
But
into the right
not going to
corner.
complain that we're on for it.
That's a beauty.
And the positional's a little bit
Oh,
weak. Could have done with a bit
wonderful
more
shot.
power there.
37.
In fact, really could have done with a bit more power. But I think we'll go for the black. I don't think there's... I just look at position here and think... We're not really going to get position if we go for the black, and I think if we go for the blue, it's too much of a risk to get position. So I think we sit back here and say, time for a safety. At least from here we can play a good safety rather than one that's forced.
That's a fine snooker.
And we've got the snooker on Jan. Again, get him to play the tricky shots.
37.
And as you can see, there's now a few reds out in the open. And that makes our job a little bit easier.
Is key.
1.
Do getting this in the right position, because you can see there's not much room in between
Playing this with plenty
these
of
two
power.
reds. Couldn't have played that much better.
8.
Pace is critical here.
9.
Now, what position do we have? Looking at probably playing the middle, the red to the middle pocket here, but
16.
I think we might have snookered ourselves. We haven't actually. We're okay. We've got the angle to make this, which is great.
Well, he's taking it on.
Should be okay, but let's see. Yep, it's there. Good pot. Good shot.
He'll be happy with that. Top shot.
So we're now 24 ahead.
17.
Blue will put us 29 ahead, so we just need
He's aiming to
the
sink
red
this
and a
into the
colour.
right corner.
Black ideally, and that will give us the frame bar in snookers
22.
without having to worry about splitting up the red and the pink.
23.
Shutting the curtains there. It's, even though it's cold, it's certainly a bright day.
Black ball required.
Just the black required. We'll try and get a split here. I don't think we've got the angle. No, we haven't.
Worked out.
Luckily, we haven't potted the cue ball. That was me sudden panic when I played that. But
30.
we'll be, what, 37 ahead, 35 on the table. He can come back here to the table, but this is a perfect opportunity to set up a snooker, or at least a very good safety. And we'd like to have been a bit more comfortable, but sometimes it doesn't happen like that. And as you can see, that safety battle is going to be over fairly quickly. Shouldn't have any problem with potting this.
Aiming for the left corner here.
Should put the kiss of death on that, haven't I? But no, it's there. It's fine.
Tremendous spot.
1.
And seeing as this is our first victory of the match in a
An
frame, I don't
expert
think you'd
potter
blame me
and
for
he's taking this on.
getting my eye in here, just clearing the colours.
Tremendous spot.
Something that many of the top pros do. Also leaves, again, it's AI, so it doesn't matter as much, but it certainly leaves your opponent to ponder a bit more.
8.
A chance that they might have missed. Obviously in the game that doesn't really apply, but nevertheless, it's good to think about it and good to imagine that happens.
11.
Might have come a bit too
Nicely
far
on
for the
the
blue,
blue.
but that's going to pull up
15.
probably bang on where we want it to be honest.
Perfect pace.
It's not far off where the perfect position for that shot would be. Just roll off the blue onto the pink.
20.
Seems effortless, that position.
Doesn't want to overhit this.
Same goes for the black. There's a clear navigation route between these three balls, that if you get your position right, the pots are fairly easy. And the black's there. We clear the table, and a good response to that first frame from Jan, and it's now one frame apiece.
And now the frame is his.
So Jan being taken to break from the other side. We don't see this very often, so what's he going to do here?
Break.
I think, is he a left-hand player, Jan? I can't remember now. Obviously, I know Robbo is, of course. Can't remember whether Jan is a left-handed player or not. Answer on a postcard, eh? Just try and
He's taking the red
split these reds a bit. Not too much.
on. Great opening red.
Well, I tell you what, I thought not too much, but it's really split them there. We've got two reds for the price of one. We've cannoned and potted one. And that's been a far better split than I can ever have imagined. That's a cracker. I was going to go for the pink there, but the easiest red for us to pot next wouldn't be possible if we potted the pinks. Of course, that pink would then go back on its spot. So it just defeats the object of playing that pink. And we can play the blue, screw for it, and play it to the centre pocket. I've got no problem with playing the pink there after.
7.
He's lining this one up to the middle pocket.
Good pot.
No problem there.
Brimming with confidence and on a bit of a roll at the moment.
And I don't want to speak too early here, but it's not a bad chance, to be honest, early on here.
$14. $15.
Ooh, the black does go. Tempting. Gonna go for the blue though. First off, we can get the reds cleared by one. Obviously, you do anyway, but
Well, no surprises here with the long
wants to
pot
get some of the more outlandish reds gone, if you like.
Brilliant long pot over distance. One of his strengths.
20.
Then we can start to focus on getting in
Well,
and around the
taking
black.
it
But at the
onto the
moment, I
left
think
corner.
it's just best to just clear the ones we know we can clear, get some points on the
Wonderful
board,
pot. Outstanding effort.
and maybe start to play the more
21.
adventurous shots.
We know what a
And
prolific
not necessarily the
long
more
potter he
adventurous
is,
ones
so
because
I
you're playing the
assume he'd
cue
take
ball
this
out
one.
all around the table, but because it's a bit more
No surprises
tight-knit, I
there.
suppose.
Long
Got to
pots
keep the
are
cue
his
ball
speciality.
on a string.
26.
Snooker player's dream, though, isn't it, really, this sort of table setting.
27.
Of course, there is work to do, but certainly a good position at this stage.
$32. $33.
So the 40s to play the blue, which isn't quite as straight as I first imagined, but
Long pot.
can use the
Right up
cushion
his
to
street.
negate that problem.
Great technique.
Come off the cushion, play the red that's right next to the black.
38.
Get that one out of the way, and then we can look at potentially playing for the black. Might be a shot too soon, though. Ooh, what's
Not
the
the shot
position
he
going
was
to be
aiming for
here? I don't
there.
think we're going to get much fortune.
39.
I wonder, can we get through for the yellow? The answer is no. We can't get through for anything here, apart from the very tight black, so I wouldn't have imagined that.
Tough shot coming up.
This is a really tough shot. We're going to pull it off. It's a bit of a shot to nothing in the sense that hopefully we'll get cue ball back up to bulk, which we do, and that's definitely not what we're looking for. It is a shot to nothing in a sense because it doesn't leave him anything easy, but I would guess that he'll pot
Robertson, 39.
the red here. We have left the black over the pocket though, so he's got to pot this, which he doesn't. And, well, that is, I think, get out of jail free card. Don't get many of those.
1.
And I think you can certainly, well, definitely, wake up after those sort of chances. Realise, oh God, you know, we should have took that.
8.
Or rather, we've got to take this chance now. Which we should be able to. But again, you can't be perfect every frame. You've got to allow mistakes. And if you never made mistakes, we know that old adage, but, you know, if you never made a mistake at a snooker table, you'd win 9 out of 10 frames. And, well, I think you'd agree that if we won every tournament,
Now,
it
can
starts to
drop
get pretty,
this into the
pretty
right
boring.
No issues there.
What a wonderful pot.
14.
But from 1-0 down, this looks pretty good for us to
Delicate touch.
make
required here.
this 2-1 from this point.
Nice position on the black.
And how many reds have we got left? I think is there 5 or 4? There's 4 reds left at the table.
22.
So we are 61 ahead. There's 59 on the table. So despite them not mentioning anything,
He does it.
that should be the frame for us. And it's been a good bit of a semi-comeback, if you like, from 1 down. We're halfway to the quarters. Quite like to go 3-1 up. I mean, I'd quite like to win 4-0, obviously, but you know what I mean. I think that at 2 each, there's a bit of pressure, and of course, Jan is then the man with
Shot coming up.
the momentum. That's a good pot over distance.
Oh, what a shot. Unbelievable.
31.
Going to be a funny angle to pot this, but you know what?
36.
There's no risk because Jan's not going to come back to the table, so we might as well give this a punt.
He's looking at this red.
No, it's way off. Oh well, doesn't matter, but again, another good break. Did that one in 2 visits, and we lead Jan Bingtao in this best of 7 tie by 2 frames to 1.
Frame conceded. Frame, Neil Robertson.
That's the frame in the bag.
So, he's nudged in front.
So,
Thank you
frame
for
number
frame.
4, it's ourselves
Neil
to
Robertson
break.
To break.
again, just a bit less pace, and that could have been a fantastic shot, but doesn't leave anything on. Just me being greedy, looking for a snooker. And, well, you've seen two sides of the coin here.
He'll play this with
Going a bit
plenty of
gung-ho. First frame, it was a disaster.
And he's missed it.
The frame just then, it worked really well. But then again here, you know, we're... Again, you can argue we've got away with it for sorts because it's not a brilliant chance, but there's still a few reds on. And
at the right
again,
pace.
it was a, if you think about it, a bit of a silly shot to take on. But how unfortunate is that for Jan Bingtao? That's well, he's potted one and not made anything else out of that. And I think, to be brutally honest, we have to go for a pot ourselves here because I don't see how we get out of this safe. I think if we miss
Not
this,
an easy
you can
one,
kiss
but
the frame
half
goodbye.
chance.
But it's there.
Oh, what a
That was a
shot.
brilliant shot.
Unbelievable.
Just had to go for that, I think. As I said, I think if we missed that one, that could have just been end of frame.
This is
The
tough.
balls are all over the place now. But it was a great pot.
Well, an
Good
excellent
cannon on the Reds. And
Really
once
looks
again,
in fine form
from
at the moment.
what you can say, certainly a bit of fortune with the positional shot that Jan had. This is a good chance for us to go 3-1 up. And go one away from getting into the quarters.
6.
Can't quite remember whether it's best of 7
Time
throughout
to
with
sink
this
this
tournament.
into
It
the right
might
corner.
get to best of 9 from the quarters onwards, but I can't quite remember
In
that.
it goes.
Great cueing.
12.
Have to check if we get through, of course. Not saying when. Don't want to jinx ourselves. I think from
13.
a score of 3-1 will look pretty good to do so, but again, in this sport, nothing's guaranteed. Bit wayward position on the blue, to be quite honest. I think we're
Well,
okay,
that's
but
on, and he's going for
I could
it.
be wrong. Could have misjudged it. And as I said, it gives him a brilliant chance, but no.
Well, that's a
Good
top
shot.
quality shot with the
Right
wrist.
on
Not
target.
easy at all.
Under hit that one slightly, so that
18.
does give us, well, a slight problem. Quite a big problem if we can't make the trickier shot here.
Sink this into the left corner pocket.
Just look at the pot. Look at the bloody shot before you do it. That's our problem. We're not looking at the angle. I thought that could definitely go. And I'll tell you what, we've got away with that again. I didn't actually see that either, that could go. But again, Jan's missed it. So another brilliant bit of luck there. But we just need to slow
Just wants to
down
sink
a
this
bit.
into the left
Certainly with
corner
those
pocket.
half chances, just to make sure of things. Because if we are playing anyone better, again, no offence to Jan, but based on what's happened so far, he's not really taking his chances. You can definitely say he did in the first frame, however, from then on, you would question it. So, for example, there, you know, I know the red will go, so we'll play for that
This
red.
is good striking here.
Because one of the hardest places to play a safety from is from where we are now. Because how on earth do you get the cue ball safe? What's your playoff?
Seven.
He's taking this on to the right middle.
Have we only got 25 points in this break? If we have, that's
That's a
crazy.
great pot.
Yeah,
Excellent cueing.
goodness me. Only 31 now, of course, with the pink. But there are always some breaks that feel a lot more, I wouldn't say monotonous is the word, but
14.
more of a slog, I guess. More of a tricky road.
He's taking this on to the right middle.
Still need to play a few more shots here to get comfortable, I would say.
20.
Pink being our big ally.
Just wants this pot to drop into the pocket.
21.
The pink would have been, well, stumped is the word. Not what some
Playing
a
this
bit
with
more
the right
foul-mouthed content creators would
What a
say.
top shot that is.
I'll go with stuffed.
He's queuing
I can sell what they
extremely well
want.
27.
I didn't see that red would go. I'll tell you that. That's a bit of good fortune. Going to play the one on the cushion, but if we can get rid of this one, then by all means we will.
28.
What that has done, we haven't got the best position in the world for the pink.
He'll want this to drop into the centre pocket.
But no, it's there, right in the middle of the pocket. Good
That's
play.
an excellent pot.
And we're actually
That's a
much better
wonderful
on that
pot.
one on the cushion than we would have been. So,
He's
good
on
stuff
the
all
pot.
round there.
Well played. That was made more difficult due to the rest being used.
35.
Just use this red as a bit of
Well,
a
it goes.
stopper almost for the
Chance.
ball. Didn't
Could
really
have finished a little
take
better.
into account that though.
41.
Unfortunately, we hit the red a bit too much. We're looking to really hit it full on, so that we could just play a shot that's well, a shot on the red. Obviously, the next red right next to the black, and that safety's gone horribly.
This is a chance.
Again, a bit of a
Robertson,
slip up from us.
41.
It's, I would say, a half chance for Jan to get back into the frame.
This should be pretty straightforward.
58 behind, 67 on the table. And he's played the right strategy first, I'll tell you, because he's on the back black straight away.
Eight.
This looks pretty simple.
Nine. Sixteen. 17.
Well, 3 blacks, 3 reds so far. We could be made to pay for giving him this chance.
25.
We only just got over the line in the last one, and not the last one, but the first one, sorry. Well, this third frame that we could win, we nearly got there, but again, not quite. And it looks like he's in the mood to punish us.
Position looks good for a colour.
31.
I can't see how he
35.
doesn't win this frame from here. He's just got the colours to get. This green could be an issue. He's not positioned himself brilliantly, but can he recover? That looks pretty good. Excellent shot.
Position looks very good here. He's played that very well.
This will evidence to us that you've got to finish the job. Ooh, he's wrong side of the blue. Again, this could be an issue, but no real problem there. Pot the pink. Come back for the black. And it's going to be a good clearance from Jan Bingtao. We couldn't quite finish the
What a
job.
clearance that was.
And unfortunately, it's 2 frames apiece.
62. And the frame, Jan Bingtao.
Well played to take that frame.
So Jan to break once again.
Jan Bingtao.
In frame number 5. I feel like he broke in the last frame, but obviously didn't. And again, I feel justified to take a half chance here. This is going to be a shot that doesn't affect the rest of the reds, so it is very much a shot to nothing. If it doesn't go in, it doesn't harm anything else, but that was a very good pot.
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot
And
here.
hopefully we can get back ahead here. Definitely an opportunity missed for us last
Simply
time out
wonderful.
in the previous frame.
6.
It's a bit disappointing. These things happen though. Let's just don't make that a recurring theme.
Seven.
Long pot, right up his street.
What striking.
A few reds open here. We've got to be fortunate with that, because the one thing that can come from playing a red that wasn't necessarily in the pack is that obviously you're only affecting that red. You're not getting a a lucky cannon or anything like that. So the rest of the reds can sometimes be unaffected, but the break-off that Jan played split quite a few reds open, and luckily for us, it's given us
20.
2 or 3 reds to attack. I have to play a split shot here because we haven't quite got the perfect angle,
That split is not
and
bad at all.
it's not really what I wanted to do this early on. I wanted to probably play a few more shots, but it's the way the cookie crumbles, and
21.
I think it's a good opportunity to stay at the table, so we took that risk, and it looks like it has paid off. But once again, we've got to take the chance to its full potential.
That's a top shot. Well played.
He's playing very well here.
27. 28.
And I think if we don't take this chance, then I think a bit of panic will set in.
30.
I.e. if Yan Bingtao wins this frame. Because it'll be 1 up with 2 to go. Needing 1 with 2 to go, sorry. And, well, given our previous form against Yan Bingtao, it worries me slightly, that. I thought the pink might have gone there. We didn't get much luck in terms of that. Need this green to go, which it does, right in the middle of the pocket.
Superb cue ball control
And we should
there.
get position on
Ideal
something here, you would have
position.
thought. Pretty unfortunate with the way the Reds are not to, and yet, sure enough, we have.
He's playing this into the right centre pocket.
38.
He's going for it. Great pot.
Excellent positional play there. Inch perfect.
43.
Pace is key.
44.
Pink does go, you can see now from this angle. So again, that's a
He's playing for the right corner here.
help.
Beautifully
And
done.
admittedly, I didn't see that one before, but we're in the position for it. So it's not like you necessarily play the shot. Okay, most of the time you do, but it's not like, right, pick position for this and you've got to play that red. You can always change your mind. And if we keep going at this rate, we'll make light
Just
work
wants
of
to
this
stick
frame,
this
but
into the left corner pocket.
as we saw in the last frame, you have to finish the job. That means getting the number of points required
Really impressive cueing.
to outscore your opponent.
56.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reds on here, so if we can pop this one, there'll be 68 points left at the table. And we'll be 57 ahead, so we'll need
57.
the colour and the next red, and we should be onto a winner. But I'm going to play this as a snooker because I'm not fancying us to... I just worry about getting on the next
Very
red
well judged shot there.
from the yellow or the
Neil
brown.
Robertson,
Bit of an
57.
awkward angle.
Foul and a miss. Neil Robertson.
And
7.
he's done it really the
Free ball.
He's been asked to play again.
worst way possible there by hitting the black. He's given us 7 points, so we'll certainly take that. And again, we'll take the chance to
This
pop this
red
and finish the
required.
frame off. And with 4 reds left on the table, we're
And that
65
shuts
ahead.
the door
There's
on his
59
opponent
left.
in this frame.
And you would think
One.
that should be the frame. And it puts us 1 away from the quarters with 2
Very
to play.
nicely done.
8.
Again, I think you
It's
probably
half a
back us
chance,
from
but
here.
a chance nonetheless. Nicely done.
9.
I can't see any problems here.
We have got the chance to make a century now. What was Jan's break? No, we haven't got a chance to make a century. Of course we haven't, you idiot. Well, to be brutally honest then, I don't see the point of carrying on, really. I think we just get on with the next frame. You know, we've not got a century to go for. It seems pointless to play on. We've won the frame, and we'll take it. So it's 3 frames to 2. We're 1 ahead with 2 to go. Certainly rather
He's
be in that
established
position
a
than
one-frame lead
the
here.
shoe be on the other
Really
foot.
impressive snooker in that last frame.
He'll be wanting to press home the advantage now. This next frame should be interesting.
Very cautious play there from Yan Bingtao. He doesn't want to give anything away this time. Because if he does, that could be the end of the road for him in the Northern Ireland Open. Again, I don't think we did very well in this event in Season 2. We had quite a poor Season 2, to be brutally honest. And then we turned a bit of a corner with the Dapperbet Mass, if I remember rightly. We had a really bad run of tournaments, and obviously that helps us when we're playing well here in gaining more prize money for the rankings. I think if we can win this event, we might well just jump ahead of Ronnie, and Ronnie being in 8th place would be absolutely crazy.
To be a really interesting
Well, if he
test.
goes any lower than that, then it's unheard of, really. That's a cracking shot, by the way. So need a bit of help here from the bulk colours. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. We do leave a half chance on a red, and that's exactly what he's going to take on. Again, not playing it too quickly. You'd think that would go into the pocket, but where's the position going to come from there? That's the only problem with playing it all softly. Sometimes you can be out of position, but that is a brilliant pot on the pink. From that angle. Certainly no slouch, we know that. Black's out of commission here, which makes his job a little bit trickier. The pink goes up to bulk, so he's got to play something that's a bit adventurous and brings the cue ball around the table here.
To drop into the centre pocket.
Which he has.
13.
Again, he's not left himself anything easy. This is going to be a tough one to keep this break going.
He's playing for the right corner here.
And he's missed it. That is a bit of a shocker, as I said. I didn't think he'd probably clear the table, but nevertheless, I'd have thought he'd have done a little bit better than that. And it was a poor shot on the red. And this is now our first chance to get ourselves into the quarterfinals. And most importantly here, finally break the duck against Jan Bingtown. Get the pink back on its spot. That's just important to make sure the cue ball's not travelling as much. The further the cue ball travels, it tends to be the
7.
more problems you can have. I think the blue, playing shots on the blue goes against that a little bit, because if you get your cards right, if you play your cards right and get the position right, then you can get pretty much direct straight screw back. But nevertheless, I think it can still apply if you get your position wrong
14.
For the blue, and then the cue ball's got to travel a long way. So just taking the scraps here that we've got, and obviously the
15.
more reds we take on and the more reds we pot, then we open opportunities for ourselves.
Well, he's playing this into the left middle pocket.
Good pot on the pink.
Excellent shot.
He's right on top
Wasn't
of
really
his game at the
targeting that
moment.
red to go. I was going for the other one, but this gives the better angle.
Goes.
Quality queuing there, really good.
I mean,
22.
we're not going to get a maximum here, but if there was a prize for all reds and pinks, then we'd be fairly good at that at the moment.
28.
Fairly highly placed in that one.
Nicely onto the colour.
29.
So I did scout out a red to go for, as you might have seen previously, which is the top of this bunch at the black cushion.
35.
He's just looking to drop this in gently.
Very nearly skimmed the black there. It was so close. If we play the right angle, we might be on a red, but unfortunately we got our position wrong slightly on the pink, so
Slot this into the middle pocket.
got to play a bit of a manipulative shot to get onto the red on the cushion here.
42.
And then once again,
Tricky
play the
pot
pink.
along the cushion here.
Good pot, but, well, position not on the pink. We've got to get this right. We've got one more get out of jail free with this one on the cushion, but...
He's an expert long potter,
After
and
that,
he's taking this on.
our chances are done. We've got to pot the blue, though. I think at that pace it might just knock in off the jaw, but if we were playing that at pace, we'd have struggled. Right, come on, let's get this right. Let's get on to the pink ball. It's not bad. I'll take that.
Not really the level of control he was after there. Lost
It's
the cue
okay,
by a
actually,
little.
Neil.
49.
He's taking it on.
Because we have to be a certain amount away from the cushion to play the shot I want to play here.
He'll be fuming about that.
Or maybe
55.
I've got it wrong. I think that... Now, I'm thinking it'll go, but obviously the AI commentators are computed to say, oh, well, he'll be fuming about that if there's no position. So therefore, you would ascertain from that there is indeed no positions. There's no point going for that. This could be a very good safety, but it's not just quite got the legs.
Neil Robertson.
That could have been nicely in behind the green, but this is a good position to be in. 42 ahead, 67 on the table. Won't complain at that. We'll play this as soft as we can. Don't want this to move too much, and even at that pace, it's moved, but fortunately it's be right on that cushion, so it's a risk for him to take this one on. Miss this, and it could be game over for Jan. So, yep, just going to play the safety. Wise choice. No, I don't think this red passes the black, does it? It might do. No, so no point even going for the sort of half chance.
This is developing into a fascinating safety battle.
I didn't really account for that, but I'll tell you what, we are getting our strokes of luck today. That's come free from that pack at the black cushion, but I'll tell you what, it has not helped. So what we will do now, this does cause a bit of a spot of bother for Jan. Not if we play it like that, though. That's too soft. I was going to play this up to the red and see what he could do with that, but we're going to give away a few points. We'll go for the same shot again here. Can't really see any differentiation from this. I just hope we don't knock it and potentially knock it into a potable position, which is what we've done. But because it's a touching ball, again, we get another very big slice of luck, I would argue. We'll just try and go all around the houses here.
White tight on the cushion.
Oof. Again, it's a half chance. Got to be pretty brave to take this on, though, given where all the other reds are. He's going to do it, though. He's going to take it on. Oh, he's just hit the jaw. He's just hit the near jaw, but Jan gets his slice of luck there. Because, well, that one's not on. We'll just play up to this red. Not taking any risks at this point.
Left an opportunity here.
Left an opportunity, has he? I couldn't see one. He's played a decent safety, but again, there's another half chance to nick this red in. And the player who gets in here, you would say, would be the favourite for the frame. We've potted the red. So our aim now is to get the job done.
One.
I feel like Bob the Builder sinking that. Oh, we haven't quite got the angle on the screw back for that one on the cushion, but luckily there is a red that's now free, nearest the black spot. Don't quite know what the permutations are points-wise. Let's have a quick butchers at that. So we're 44 points ahead, so we still need red and a colour. And that colour to win the frame at this point would have to be the black, and that's nicely positioned for that eventuality. So just the black needed for the match. It's a good pot. It's not all over yet. Needs to pot a few more balls, but it's been a good match. We've made a few mistakes, but overall, we've not had too much of an issue getting through.
15.
So we should be through to the last 8, which is exciting. We butchered that, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. Just looking for potential position on the red, which we didn't get. But Jan's not going to come back to the table. We've finally broken that particular duck. We've beaten Jan Bingtao here by 4 frames to 2. High break from Jan himself at a 1-1-1. Which, of course, he got in the first frame. He looked really threatening to us. But after that, didn't really offer too much. And we won the match comfortably from then on. So we are into the quarterfinals now of the Northern Ireland Open. And they will be against Judd Trump. Tricky draw, but not one that we're not particularly versed at. We're pretty well versed at this. But best of 9 against Judd Trump. So therefore, we will have the opening session, the first 4 frames of that match in Monday's episode. And then the final 5 in Wednesday's episode. But if you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content. Thank you for your company today, folks. I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.